Day 49, we got an important topic to talk about today. We're going to be talking about sticky accounts and pull-through rates. And before I jump into my 5 points of how to create a sticky solar customer, I want to start with a story. I had this buddy back when I was in college that was I'll call it what it is. He was just good at getting girls to like him. He'd meet them for the first time, and within 24 hours, it just seemed like they were in love with him. But the problem was, by the second or third date, they were all ready to ditch him. They didn't want anything to do with him anymore. And I would always tease him about it because it was so funny to me that he could just initially attract people so easily, but then had such a hard time getting those girls to stick around. So we're gonna talk about a way that you can avoid that in solar, right? Nobody makes money in solar unless the account actually gets installed and glass gets put on roof. So we're gonna talk about how you can create this sticky customer that doesn't just wanna go on one date with you, but wants to date you long term, because that's what you're looking for in a pipeline type cell like solar. So I've come up with a simple acronym to help you to create the sticky customer. The acronym is BMAC. I want you to be a Mac when it comes to solar. Whether you're a girl sales rep or a boy sales rep, I want you to find those customers that are in it for the long haul with you. So to be a Mac, the first letter in the acronym is B. You've got to be honest. This isn't the type of sell where you can go into a customer and misrepresent things and get away with it. The reality is most of these customers will have anywhere between a week and 60 days to cancel if something wasn't accurate and honest and represented the right way. You've got to be honest. If you don't start there with that as your foundation, the account will not stick. Okay, the second one is E. Set proper expectations. When you're talking about the timeline and the process and how it will work, and you're going through the steps of signing up for solar all the way to the install, make sure that you're setting proper timelines and expectations of when and how things are going to work, all the way to PTO. What's going to happen in this process, and how can you help make sure that you're over-delivering on whatever expectation you've set for them? Once again, proper expectations aren't you saying a day and then meeting that day. Proper expectations in solar are you setting a day and then being in front of that day, right? Being ahead of it. Go over-deliver with your expectations, and that will help you to create a super sticky customer. The next one is a fun one. Make a friend, make a sell. And I want to give a couple little tips of how you can make a friend in the process of selling solar. The first one, it sounds so simple, but it is the one that I see people skip all the time. Make sure that you listen to the customer. Like, really, shut up. Listen to the customer. Like, you have to get to know them. You have to understand what's important to them, what they're about. Don't just ask a question because you're moving the sell forward. Ask a question because you're genuinely interested in their lives. If you're making a friend, be genuine. Really listen to them. Take the time to hear their concerns, to hear what's important to them about this process and about their life and about the product. Really listen to them. The next little tip that I'll give you to make a friend is get them to sacrifice for you. I love this part of a sell. Don't be afraid to ask for a cold drink, or if you smell that they're cooking something for dinner, don't be afraid to ask what they're cooking. Get them to do something for you. This is a universal law. You love the things in your life that you sacrifice for. So if you can get the customer to do something even small to sacrifice for you, it uses that principle for them to love you and for that friendship to begin to flourish. The last part in making a friend, making a sell, is to buy something from them. You know, I'm sure your significant other isn't gonna love it if you come home with a cat every day or a dog, but the reality is if you can buy something small from the customer, maybe it's an oven mitt, I don't know what it is, but if you can buy something, almost everyone's an entrepreneur in some way or another nowadays, especially with how sales work over the internet. Go figure out whatever it is they're involved in and buy something from them. We have a pool table in our Arizona office because one of our sales reps bought that from the customer in order to solidify the solar cell, right? So if they buy something from you and you buy something from them, you're no longer the sales rep, you're the friend, you're the business partner, right? You're the person that they're really connected with and involved in. So those are the 3 little tips I'd give you in making a friend. The next part of the acronym is A, which is allow the process to happen. You've really got to trust the process in this. That's why we've created the Sentinel program, is so that from the very beginning of the sales process all the way to the install, there's a program here at Radix to help that customer move through the pipeline. You know, if you get so anxious and tight about each customer and you don't relax and trust the process, you're just gonna be a nervous wreck about every deal that you get. And that's not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for the customer. So you've gotta allow the process to happen. You've gotta trust it. And then last of all in BMAC is make sure you communicate. Once again, this is not something that you can talk to this customer one time and then forget about them for the rest of your life. You've got to follow up. You've got to show up. You've got to be the rep that shows up at installation. You got to be the rep that remembers that customer had a birthday and give them a birthday card. You've got to be the rep that's not afraid to go ask for referrals. Something amazing happens when you communicate and you follow up with a customer and they start giving you referrals. Because not only are you getting additional business, but as soon as somebody is selling what you've sold them to their friend, neighbor, family member, they are concreting their decision, right? They are really believing in it because they've got to go pitch it and sell it to somebody else. And that all happens through communication. If you don't ever ask for referrals, if you don't ever follow up, if you don't show up, you never get that opportunity to really communicate with them and concrete the sell. So that's it. Be a Mac, right? Go get that sticky customer, because all of us make money when that install happens and the customer has a better experience if you're willing to follow my simple acronym. Create that sticky account. Get that customer through the pipeline and enjoy the amazing opportunity that exists here in solar.